Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, dear students, in our today's class, Alhamdulillah, we learned about odd numbers, even numbers. So, odd numbers are what that you cannot pair in twos exactly, and even numbers are what that you can group in twos perfectly. Okay, and odd number we saw that 1, 3, 5, 7, and every alternate other numbers are odd, and even numbers are what 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and every alternate numbers are even. So these are odd even numbers, and you know that how to identify what is even number, what is odd number. You can just check the ones place, we discussed that. Alhamdulillah. Now dear students, what happens if I add two odd numbers together? So what will happen? Odd number plus odd number, will that be even or odd? So it will be even. How, dear students? Look here. So for example, here this is an odd number. Why? You can see clearly that this is what grouped in twos, but only one item, this is left single. So in total this is an odd number. Okay, this is not perfectly grouped in twos, one is single here, and this is another odd number. So same thing here, not perfectly grouped in twos, one left single. So now dear students, this is an odd number, this is also an odd number, so we add them together. Now what happens? So think, if you combine these two odd numbers, what will happen, dear students? These two singles, they will combine together and they will form a pair. Okay, so they will form a pair. So now you can draw it like this, okay. So now this whole number, the combined, the total, this is now perfectly grouped in twos, paired. So this is an even number. So dear students, if you add two odd numbers, you will get an even number. Okay, now what happens if we add what, an odd number and an even number? So what will happen? So now let's try to add an odd number and an even number together. So this is odd, the left one, and even number, you know that it will be perfectly grouped in twos. So this may be an example of even number. So now odd number plus even number, so if you combine them, then you see that the combination, now this number, this is what, this is not perfectly grouped in twos. You see here, this is single. Okay, this is not paired, so this is an odd number. So odd number plus even number is equal to odd number. And now finally, what will be odd number, what will be even number plus even number? So let's see it now. So I will now add two even numbers, even number plus even number. So what it will look like? So let's draw. So this may be an even number and this is another even number, so I want to combine them. This is an even number plus this is also an even number, so even number plus even number. So what happens if you combine them? So just see what happens here. If you combine them, now this is the total, and you can clearly see they are perfectly grouped in twos, they are perfectly paired. So even number plus even number will be equal to an even number. Okay, so this you can see here. So remember, odd number plus odd number is even. For example, 3 plus 5, both of them are odd, and the sum is 8, which is even. Odd plus even, So for example 5 is an odd number plus 2 is an even number, the sum is 7, which is odd. So odd plus even is odd, and even plus even is equal to even. So for example 4 plus 6, both of them are even, their sum is 10, which is also even. So odd plus odd is even, odd plus even is odd, even plus even is even. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now dear students, you already know that how to tell if a number is odd or even. You just look at the ones place. Okay, so just looking at the ones place, you can tell that this number is odd, and I mean if it is this number, for example, you just look at the ones place and you know this is even number. Okay, so yes, we discussed this in the class, alhamdulillah. Looking at the ones place, you can identify. But there is also another technique that we did not in class, did not discuss in class. So that is by division. So dividing a number by 2, you can also check for its odd or even, if it is odd or even. So any number, for example, if I give you a number, you will just divide the number by, if I give you any number, you will divide it by 2, and then you will check if the remainder is 0 or it is 1, which is the case, you will check. So you divide the number by 2, you will get a quotient and you will get remainder. So if the remainder is 0, it will given you, that means the number will be even, and if the remainder is 1, the number will be odd. So let's do a practical example. So tell me a for example, let's choose for example 13. So I want to check if 13 is odd or even. So I will divide it by 2. So let's do a long division. Divide it by 2. So what will be the quotient? Quotient will be 6. 6 2 is 12. Now what is the remainder? Remainder is 1. So dear students, when the remainder is 1, so the number is odd. If remainder is 1, the number will be odd. So 13 is what? 13 is odd number. Okay, now let's take another example. For example 22. Is 22 an odd number or even number? So you divide by 2. So let's divide it by 2 and check what is the remainder. So 2 1 is 2, then this 2 comes here, again 2 1 is 2, and my remainder is 0, alhamdulillah. So when the remainder is 0, that means the number that you divided is even number. So you can conclude 22 is an even number. Okay dear students, so by dividing by 2, that means through the division of 2, you can check if a number is even or odd. You can divide a number by 2 and just check if the remainder is 0, the number is even. If the remainder is 1, the number is odd. So alhamdulillah, this was the discussion about odd and even numbers, dear students. Alhamdulillah, I hope inshallah every one of you will be able to tell what is odd, what is even, how to identify odd even numbers, how to tell if a number is odd or even by looking at their ones place or dividing by 2, or you can try to visualize them, I mean by drawing, trying to make them pairs. Okay, many different things, and there are beautiful properties. Some properties like odd plus odd is even, odd plus even is odd, even plus even is even. So inshallah practice these things about odd even numbers, inshallah. And jazakumullahu khairan, dear students. Alhamdulillah, we had a nice class today, alhamdulillah. So in your vacation, utilize your vacation time, have fun, enjoy your Eid, inshallah. And remember that we are passing the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah month. So these 10 days are blessed. So try to do nek amal salihat in these days, inshallah, days and nights. So read Quran, do tilawat the Quran, zikir askar, do istighfar, durud, recite durud, salam, inshallah. So, and also yes, be in touch with your academic studies also. So inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you always. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.